Hi everyone, this is a presentation that I'm doing on an emerging technology on Snapchat. The title Everybody Snapchat is taken from a snippet of lyrics that plays repeatedly on my local radio station, and so that's the part of the inspiration for doing this presentation for you. So why Snap? I found out from some research that 158 million daily users are using Snapchat, and they're primarily people ages between 18 and 24, which is their largest user group. According to the Snapchat website, which is a statistic that they receive from Nielsen, Snapchat reaches 41% of all 18 to 34-year-olds in the United States, which is quite a large population. A couple of features of Snapchat is that anything posted on it disappears after 24 hours. Now, originally this sort of led to an initial inappropriate usage of Snapchat as something rumored to send inappropriate photos or remarks to somebody that then would disappear. And I have that in quotations for a reason, because as we all know, there are ways to take screenshots and therefore perpetuate a certain image. But anyhow, it's perhaps not so much known for that particular feature anymore, but rather that it's just a really difficult app to use for older users. According to a Bloomberg article, it is hard for parents to embarrass their children through Snapchat because they just don't understand how it's being used. And the other reason that I'm doing this short presentation for you is that Snapchat filed for an initial public offering on February 2nd. So they're going public with their company. So another few perspectives that I'd like to share is that Snapchat is used to share cool things. And this is something that I've observed from the way that my peers and I use Snapchat. And so I'll call this ages 25 to 35 approximately, kind of on the cusp of being millennials, but not quite. We'll snap something from our everyday lives, send it to a friend, say, hey, look at this, or this is weird, or look at what I saw on my day-to-day that's different than before. But I also had the opportunity to work with high school students as a coach and kind of entered into their world for a short time. And the way that they use Snapchat is quite literally to chat. They'll send a snap to their friends of a picture of them doing whatever they're doing in that moment, saying, "What's up?" And then they'll respond with something similar, with either a facial expression or a snap of just nothing at all, whatever is in their current vicinity, replying to that particular chat. The other possibilities for how Snapchat is used, I recently attended a conference about how companies could use social media to invite sponsorships and promote their activities. And one of the presenters said, oh, well, you should consider buying a geofilter for Snapchat. Geofilters are ways that you can upload a logo for your event, and then anyone in that particular geographic area, when they take a selfie or a photo using Snapchat, can swipe across their screen to apply certain filters. So oftentimes it just says the city name, for example, but if you buy a geofilter, then you can have your participants embed your logo on any snap they send to friends, thereby giving you free advertising. And then large-scale advertising, which I'll talk about just very briefly and follow up with in my fifth slide, is companies that are like Gatorade or music labels doing work in order to promote themselves through Snapchat. Challenges. One of the challenges, of course, of being a company and an application that caters primarily to the younger crowds is that there is a severe distaste for ads, and therefore there has to be some sort of reinvention of the way that advertising is being used to users. Um, the competition, such as Instagram, matches a lot of features of what Snapchat is trying to do. Some companies tout that because there's such a younger user base, it's going to be a fad and it will quickly disappear, and therefore it's not a big deal in today's tech world. And probably there's not going to be the same impact that going public would have for Snapchat versus what it did for Facebook when they went public at their $104 billion value. Finally, why Snapchat might stick around. Creating ads that look like they belong on a mobile phone is something that they've sort of really perfected, and therefore Snapchat has figured out a way to market and to advertise to users without seeming like they're doing so. And I think that that really speaks to the creativity of the leadership. In addition, I found out that there was a collaboration ad for the Super Bowl, which was a video filter that for due days allowed users to send clips that looked like someone was dumping a bucket of orange Gatorade over their heads. And this filter created something that was watched more than 160 million times, which is really crazy. But that kind of creative marketing opens the perspective of doing something new in this digital age that is reinventing what advertising and marketing looks like. Similarly, recent stories have talked about musical and celebrity type personas like DJ Khaled, who have sort of entered this Snapchat realm and brought people into their world through their shared quote-unquote stories. And so in addition to being able to send chats, you can also view the stories that celebrities and other people post in order to feel as though you're connecting with them on a personal level. And that's all I have to talk about Snapchat.